This is just Bob Bowman coming with another video. And what I want to talk about this evening is that those that decide to go on their own path and to live as a passport brother, we have to understand that we gonna have darts thrown at us, and the darts are gonna become more and more, but we have to hold the line. And what I mean is, you have a lot of content creators out there, and I'm not gonna mention any names in this video, but you have a lot of content creators out there that's making reaction videos and you know coming up with their own videos to just keep bashing men for making personal decisions in their lives. If it's not affecting you personally, why do you care? You talk about the community. Well, you go out there and you clean up the community. I already put in a lot of time and effort to help out, and I got crapped on for that. So why in the hell would I keep on doing something when I'm just going to get shitted on constantly over and over again? You see, it's a whole mentality out here, a whole high school mentality where it's like, oh, we just gonna keep shaming, we gonna just keep bashing, coming up with these videos to attack those that talking about that they don't like how the women are here, like there isn't any good women here. And these same men have videos where they say there are no good women here, which is mind-boggling to me. It's like how on one hand can you say, "Oh, it's no good women here," but then on the other hand you say, "Oh, you men just don't, y'all don't have no game and y'all don't know how to pick a good woman that's here," when you know that they're few and very, very few and far between. And damn near all good women are either married or they got their own situations that they doing, they own traveling that they doing, because I see it all the time, you know so they gonna keep coming at us with that malarkey, that BS. It's gonna keep coming up, and I'm at the point to where I'm just like, okay, I just have to expect it. As long as nobody putting their hands on me, as long as they not threatening me, as long as they not trying to lobby the lawmakers to change things, to force us to comply with whatever it is that they want us to do, I don't care what they say. Because I realize that we are at a mental, psychological war, a psychological and a spiritual war at this time. It's only when it gets physical when it really matters. And I don't think that they understand the ramifications if they try to stop free thinking, free will men for doing what they want to do. You don't want it to get ugly out here. It's already ugly out here. If it get uglier, it's going to be harder for everybody. So the best thing that you can do is to leave us alone and keep the peace. Now, we can't stop you from saying what it is that you want to say. If you want to come up here and make those stupid videos that you want to make, you go ahead and make those stupid videos. Hey, nobody can stop you, just like you can't stop me from making videos that I'm making. And I understood what was going on, especially when I made my very first video and somebody accused me of spreading propaganda. And I was like, how am I spreading propaganda for talking about my personal experience? But see, they don't want any other man to have their own experiences outside the US. They don't want other men to be able to say, hey, I was actually able to enjoy myself and be free and do what it is that I want. And it doesn't matter what that man did with his money or his body while he was out there. It's none of your business. Now, if that man chooses to tell everybody, okay, then you can go ahead and try to shame that person if they doing stuff out there and they bragging about it, and in your eyes you think that is immoral or wrong. If they want to expose their life, that's the risk that they take. But the ones that's just going and having a good time and just saying they having a good time without being too explicit with the details, trying to corrupt people, trying to get people to do what it is they did, hey, leave those people alone. They not bothering you. You shouldn't be bothering them. You shouldn't be putting up the stereotype that all they doing is tricking dough when there's evidence of plenty of people that's been, for even before the Passport Bros, this idea of Passport Bros came out. There's been plenty of people that have searched in different countries, different places, and found who it is that they wanted to be with. Last video, I said it was one person in my family that married somebody from a different country. Actually, it was two people from my family that marry women outside of this country. And I have 3 friends that have children with women outside of this country. 2 of them were married to those women. So what is that saying? Is that saying that, all these men just going over there to trick, and all these men just going over there to like take advantage of women that are destitute and poor and don't have anything, so they just looking for a way out? No, it's not. That's the false narrative that you want to paint on everybody. Now, let me be honest and say that there are some dirt bags out here that are doing that. But don't lump all of us all in with the few dirt bags. The ones that's being law-abiding citizens, the ones that's not trying to force anything on anybody, not trying to take advantage of anybody, leave us alone. That's all I'm saying. Like, society here already made it very clear that they didn't want anything to do with us. And we accepted it. We accepted how things are here, and we said, hey, we're going to take our talents and go elsewhere. It might not be a lot of talent. It might be like one talent, the same way it was in the Bible with that one guy. But hey, we take our talent or talents and go elsewhere where it'll be appreciated, where we'll be appreciated just for being ourselves. But it is disappointing every time that I come up on YouTube. I'm always hearing this debate, and I'm getting to the point to where I'm going to start unsubscribing to a lot of people that's pushing this negative narrative about the Passport Bros. Some people I wasn't following anyway, especially the guy that wanted me to get on his panel. And once I laid down the rules of what I was and wasn't going to do and what I was and wasn't going to talk about, he stopped messaging me and he stopped leaving comments on my videos. It's the same thing. Like, I'm not going to just blatantly give people power to try to trample all over me on the internet. It's not going to happen. I'm just giving my point of view. I've done my best not to be too insulting, and I've done my best not to be a bully online. I've done my best not to beat other people down. But you have to understand where I came from. How I was beaten down. I was beaten down so much. I used to have a huge heart for the community, a huge heart to help out people. And this is no lie. I'm going to share something with you about how the type of person that I was at one point. Like back in 2013 to 2014, I was doing volunteer work for a place called Black Star Project on 35th and King Drive. And they needed the floor to be like super duper clean for an event that they were holding that was going to have a lot of important guests there. You know what I did? I got on my hands and knees and scrubbed the deck. And every black spot that I saw on the floor, I made sure I scrubbed it to the point to where it was almost invisible, that dark spot. And I did it free of charge. That's the type of stuff that I used to do. But now that I woke up, I'm using that energy that I used to do for other people, and I'm putting it on myself. I wasted so much money going to religious organizations and other different organizations to try to find myself. And how I truly found myself was being by myself and making decisions that helps me out instead of trying to figure out ways to get along with other people and bend and break my back for them when they never going to appreciate what it is that I do. Some people say, oh, you come off real bitter. I'm not bitter. I am upset about a lot of things that happen. And I'm learning how to get over being so upset about the things that's happened. Because there's nothing that I can do. It already happened. But at the same time, you can't get mad at me for expressing myself and expressing what it is that happened to me. Like, you guys just want to shame us and you want to talk down us because you hate that we have our experiences to talk about, and you wish that we would just be quiet and not say anything. And like I said last video, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm going to keep expressing myself to the best of my ability and putting my story out there. And there's other men that feel the same exact way. Like, I'm not spending a lot of money out here on these women anymore. Like, I'm using that money for myself mostly. Like, if I want to go overseas and spend my money on a woman in any type of way that I want to, that's what I'm going to do. But dating here is dead. You have nothing but people that's looking to take advantage of other people, or you have women that refuse to work on themselves and work on what it is that's keeping them from finding good husbands. And they get mad at us because we said that we be honest with them and we say, hey, we need you to change this, and this about yourself. And I'm not saying that we don't need to change anything, because I'm working on myself currently. But while I'm working on myself currently, I don't need people around me that's going to keep reminding me of where it is that I fall short at and keep bashing me down to force me to get with somebody that they know that I don't want to be with. And that's what goes on here. I saw one video where it was one woman, she hopped on a panel with a gentleman, and I'm not going to mention his name on here because I said I wasn't going to name drop on this video, but she went ahead and said that men that won't accept women that they're not really attracted to in the black community lack intelligence, pretty much. So it was nothing more than shaming language, just because we're not doing what it is she thinks we should do. And we're getting tired of that. And we're seeing people using these same type of tactics to try to force us to vote for people that we don't want to vote for. It's like you say, oh, we know that the black men feel like they're ignored or nobody cares about their opinions, but you still need to do the right thing. And we don't. And it's like you Kevin Samuels listening guys. Y'all just want to make things difficult and vote for people that don't care about you. I'm like, the whole damn system don't care about us. You guys don't care about us. You only care about our vote. Just like they do. They only care about our vote. So now that we figured that out, we're like, hey, we gonna vote for our best interest. And if none of the parties are talking about doing anything for us, then why would we participate in that? Let the Republicans win. That's how I feel. If none of them is gonna care in the end, it's because they like, oh, at least the Democrats give us something. But all I see now is higher taxes, and when it's higher taxes, the households that rely on public assistance are the ones that benefit the most from that. And that's the God's honest truth. And I'm not trying to throw people under the bus, but facts are facts. And I'm like, if I'm already not making a lot of money and I'm paying real high taxes, how is that helping me out? I'm like, if anything, I would rather vote for somebody that's going to have lower taxes. That way I can keep more of my money and do what it is that I need to do to make my life good. And that's how a lot of men are thinking right now. So you can't get mad at us because we're starting to wake up and seeing things for how it is really. Seeing the system for what it is. Like, we are nothing more than utilities to this system. And now that we understand that, we are learning how to maneuver in a way that will benefit us, because we realize that nobody cares about us. And since they don't care about us, we got to care about ourselves. And that's all I'm doing, and that's all I'm saying to do. For all the men out there that feel the same way that I did, you got to learn how to care about yourself. Do everything to the best of your ability. Be the best version of yourself that you can be for you. Not for anybody else, but for you. And that's my message for this evening. My name is Just Bob Bowman. Have a nice evening.